Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Bulls and Bears. This is Thursday, October 15th, right after the market close. Pretty interesting day that we had here, and generally what I'm going to talk about here tonight in the video is our mentality going into these last couple weeks. You can obviously check back into the last videos that we've done and double check us, but our whole mentality going into really this exact day, right before the market changed, and that first Monday when the market started to rally, was that we were going to enter long trades, and members and I did that, entered long trades that next day, and we knew and anticipated that the market was going to make this one final push higher. It was no surprise to us that this move in the market and this move above 10,000 here really was going to happen. Now is really when the time is going to start to turn, and the tide is going to turn, and things are going to start to shift in favor of the Bears, much more so than it ever has. Now here's our strategy going forward. We are going to start to slowly exit our long positions either Friday, which is tomorrow, or early next week, depending on how much more momentum this market carries. And after that, we're going to start to go 100% short. Now, right now, we are heavily hedged in both directions. We have pretty much an equal amount of longs and shorts. So again, taking part in this rally here, and then at the end of this week and the beginning of next week, we will really start to exit those long trades for members and start to re-enter a bunch of shorts. Now I have a list of about 55 shorts that I would like to enter. Some of these look like this, which is ASH, something that is just absolutely and astronomically, ridiculously way. Do you get the picture? What I'm saying here, people, is that this thing is way overbought. Something that was trading at around $5 not even 6 months ago is now up around 42. Not gonna happen. This thing is going to go down big time. So these are the types of trades that we're looking at. Stuff like this, DTG, another one that has had an astronomical increase in price that is not relevant. And mind you, DTG is actually a pretty interesting one. From the top of where DTG started to fall to the absolute bottom where I've drawn this blue retracement level to the 50% line here. That is the strongest Fibonacci retracement level, the 50% line. So odds favor that it's going to start to go down. These are all just some of the things that we're looking at right now as far as short plays. Now, if we really want to get into talking about things like oil and the dollar, I really think that oil is having a tough time here. I think that even the last little pop-up that it's had here, you can see it's clearly starting to consolidate and move sideways, and that is not good for oil and the equities. On the front of the dollar, taking a look at the euro US dollar, you can see that from this topping pattern that we had all the way back in 2008, mid 2008, where it came up here around 160 or so. Now we've retraced that, but again, we are just so close to breaking below this major trend line. And if we break below this trend line that we started back in March on the dollar, you could see some real strength in the dollar here, and that in turn would make oil go down and equities go down in relation. So that's really what we're going to be watching here. I really think that we're at an apex point on all charts, not just the dollar, not just the oil, and not just the S&P 500 index and the Dow. I think that it's a pretty interesting time that we're in right now, but again, you have to kind of see through all of the media hype about the Dow returning to 10,000. There is no doubt in my mind that we are still in a very cyclical bear market here, and that this is nothing more than a bear market rally that has really overextended ourselves. This is by no means a bottom in any market. So again, be prepared for a big sell-off coming, and as we've said before, we expect the market through the rest of the year and into next year to move down to sideways. So the profits that we've seen and the gains we've seen are not going to be as great going forward. Okay, that ends the video for tonight. As always, please email me with questions or comments, and happy